Hi everyone, my name is Braden and welcome to the Voiceflow tutorial series. Over the next couple of videos, you are going to learn how to build voice apps without having to code for both Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant, and be able to actually publish those voice apps to their respective marketplaces so that millions of other people can use them, or you can just build the voice apps for your own personal use or for friends and family. Totally up to you, and again, we're going to be able to do all of this for free using Voiceflow without coding. Great, so let's dive right in. As at the end of this video, we're actually going to have our first voice app made that we can actually play in the browser. It'll be super simple, but over the next couple of videos, we'll get more and more advanced. But for now, let's just get our first voice app up and running. So I'm going to minimize my camera here as my face is a little big right now. There we go. And so you can see we are on voiceflow.com. You can punch that into your browser, or you can just go Voiceflow, put that into Google, and you'll be able to find us. Great, so now if you don't have an account, you're going to want to sign up, and that's going to walk you through a couple of onboarding survey questions, just sort of very basic things, but at the end of that, you'll be dropped right into a live Voiceflow project. So don't worry if you have to see me go through the dashboard and different screens. You'll all be on the Voiceflow Canvas, and that's all that matters. Now, because I already have a Voiceflow account, I'm just going to hit login, and there we go. And so now you're going to see I'm on the Voiceflow dashboard with a bunch of my different projects. This is my personal workspace, but I'm going to go to the Voiceflow community workspace, which has around 40 other Voiceflow members in here. And so here I'm actually going to go ahead and create a new project. And I'm going to call this Demo Project. Demo Project 1, maybe. Let's do that. I'm going to choose which languages I want to support. So I'm going to do Canadian English and US English. There we go, it's just loading up. And so for those of you who just signed up for Voiceflow the first time, this is where you'll be as well on the Voiceflow Canvas. And so you can see here, I can scroll around and zoom in and out. It's very much like a normal design tool canvas. If you've ever used a Sketch or a Figma or an Adobe XD, it's much like a design tool. Now at the top here, you're going to see we have three different tabs. We have Canvas, Test, and Publish. And if we go between these, you'll see it changes what's on our canvas. So on the canvas, this is where we're actually designing and building our projects. So you can see we can pull things out, and this is where we can actually go ahead and work. When we're in test mode, we can go ahead and test our project, and when we're publishing it, we are publishing it live to Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. But we're not going to do that right now. Up on the top right, you'll see we have the Upload to Alexa button, the ability to add collaborators, so invite people to actually work on this project with us at the same time, the ability to share a test link, so if we want to actually prototype this and send it to maybe our boss or a stakeholder or a friend, we can do that right here. We have settings for our project, and we have the ability to toggle back and forth between whether we are building for Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. Great. So now let's go ahead and we're going to go to the left, and you'll see we have this bar right. Oh, I'm going to move my face here since I'm a little big. Oh, move that right there. And so you can see we have our blocks bar right here. We have our flows bar. We have our variables bar. And we're not going to get into what these different bars are right now. For the purpose of this video, just be on the blocks bar. And so you'll see this can collapse in and out. There we go. And we have a bunch of different blocks. And you can think of these blocks, you can drag them out onto the canvas. You can think of these like different pieces of functionality that you can stitch together to build your project. And so right here you see I have a speak block and a choice block, and that's all we're going to use in this video. I'm going to delete these for now, so I can just click on them and hit delete. And I'm going to collapse these because we're only going to use the speak and choice. So for this first demo project, what we're going to build together is a really basic voice app where the user says, where Alexa is going to say, "Hi there, is your favorite color red or blue?" Based off of the user's choice, we'll just say something back to them. And that's all we're going to build, but we'll do it really, really quickly. So I'm going to pull out a speak block here, and this is the most basic block in Voiceflow, and this controls what the assistant is saying to the user. And so I'm going to go ahead and connect this here. So this block right here, this home block, you cannot delete it. As you can see right there, you cannot delete the home block. The home block is the starting block for your project, and so as soon as your project opens, this is where your project is going to start, and you'll see it has this little out port here, and you can connect this to other blocks, and that will be the first block that gets activated in your project. So I'm going to pull up the speak block here again, and we are going to connect this up, and we're going to say, hi there, what is your favorite color? Is your favorite color? Now I am Canadian, so I am going to use a you in this, however, feel free to not. Now what we can actually do here to as well is we can go speaking as, and we can choose the different voice we want to use. So I actually like the Brian voice. It's a British accent, and so we're going to have Alexa speak like Brian. And so that's all we need to test. So we're going to go over here and we're going to hit test now, and we'll hit start test.
Hi there. What is your favorite color?
Great. So that sounds really good. And so we're going to go return to Canvas here. And now we're going to have the user make a choice. And so you'll see I just pulled in the choice block. So I'm going to connect these up. I can also collapse them on top of each other like this. And it's the same as linking the two blocks. It's just a little bit cleaner. I'm going to rename this block, call this welcome. Actually, I'm going to call it color choice. That's probably a little bit better. Color choice. And then from here, you'll see there's the number 1 port. So this is the number 1 choice. So I'm going to say if the user says red, you're going to go this way. I'll add another choice. So you'll see it adds another port right here. So you'll see we have number 2 and number 2, number 1 and number 1. And I'm going to say blue. There we go. So if the user says red, or maybe we'll add a couple variations of what they could say, also known as synonyms. We'll say mine is red, maybe I like red, and then maybe mine is blue, I like blue. So we have some variations there. Now, if the user says red, so again, right here we have the number 1 choice and the number 1 port. We're going to pull that out. I'm going to right click on this block and I'm going to rename it and call this red choice. I can then actually copy paste this. So I'm going to Command C and Command V. And I'm going to copy that, like there we go. And I'm going to call this blue choice. Blue choice. Okay. So now I'm going to want to say, what am I going to want to say if the user says red? I'm going to say, I like red too. And then maybe down here, I'll say, I like blue too. There we go. I'm going to change this to Brian, because again, we want to have a little bit of consistency here. And now that seems good, so let's go ahead and test it.
Hi there. What is your favorite color?
Now you can use the mic by holding space. You can also tap your option here, or you can type it. So I'm going to type red.
I like red too.
There you go. And you'll see it actually followed along and went over to this choice. And so that's it. That's a super basic voice app. Of course, it's going to get a lot more complex, but for right now, we have something that's working. And yeah, so that's really good. Now, you might be saying, well, what happens if the user says something that we're not expecting? So for example, what if they say purple? Well, then what we're going to want to do here is you'll see on the choice block, there's an else port. And so the else port gets activated if the user doesn't say any of our available choices here. So if they don't say red and they don't say blue, they don't say number 1 or 2, then it's going to activate the else port. And so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to say, I'm going to call this else. Oh, not that, else. And I'm going to say, whoops, please choose between red and blue. Choose between red and blue. And then I'm going to connect this back, so they're going to go ahead and make that choice again. So let's try this now.
Hi there. What is your favorite color?
So now we're going to say purple.
Whoops. Please choose between red and blue.
Oh, I didn't choose the Brian voice there, but you can see what the Alexa voice sounds like. And so now this time I'm going to say red. Oh. I'm actually just going to tap on red.
I like red too.
There we go. So that was a super basic voice app that we built with Voiceflow in only a couple of minutes. And again, you can see that this is a super simple interaction, but it is going to get more and more complex as we start to add variables, logic, conditions, and eventually even some API calls and potentially connecting to a database. So I'm actually going to put the link to download this project in the YouTube description below. So once you sign up, you can actually click on that link and you'll be able to download this super simple project that I just made. And yeah. So in the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you how to test on your Alexa device, which by linking your Alexa developer account. Don't worry if you don't have one, we'll walk through that together. And then we're also going to go over adding logic and different conditions to your voice app. It's going to be super, super exciting, and I hope to see you there. Bye.